Hi guys, Scanner here with the first video onto the channel since November 18th, which is when I started a new job looking after a channel called Pure Game Guides. That channel will be linked in the description below. If you were primarily here for the short, quick hit guides that I was doing, that's where they are now. This channel is going back to what it used to be, which is me talking a lot about stuff I like, stuff I dislike, or stuff I think is dumb. All the work-life balance has landed now as I figured it would, and this channel can go back to being just a bit of fun for me, a way to unwind and talk about games in a way that simply isn't met by my day job. I write about games. I'm effectively a games journalist, even though I don't like calling myself that because journalism implies some degree of education. Whilst I don't have any, I just started doing the job and still do the job to this day. This channel allows me to just rabbit on about stuff that wouldn't make anybody else money, so nobody's willing to pay me to talk about it. See how the industry works? But yeah, what I'm going to talk about today in this video, my first video back, is I want to focus on Destiny and how Bungie have made two crucial decisions that have saved Destiny 2 for me personally. Your mileage may vary. So, brief introduction on me and Destiny. I have played Destiny for a long time, ever since Destiny 1. I started playing Destiny 1 the second I got my PS4. I wasn't playing Destiny 1 for launch, and I won't claim that I was. I didn't have a PS4 at the time. That was just the way my life was going back then. So when I got my PS4, I got Destiny and I started playing it, and I instantly fell in love with the game. It was everything I wanted. It was crisp gunplay and lots of pointless grinding, and I love grinding more than anything else in this world. If a game has pointless grinding, I will be all about that game. So Destiny provided me with that. Combined hours across Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 are probably up around 4,000 at this point. I used to be the guy who kept all three characters updated each week, doing everything on those three characters. I was running 6 to 9 raids every week, basically running each character through each raid, and if other people needed a character for a raid and they couldn't find anybody to play, I was that guy. It didn't matter if I was going to get rewards or not. I was more than happy to run the raids with people. I just really enjoyed the game. Then what happened is Bungie started making what I will call strange decisions that didn't sit well with me, and it started to kind of kill my enjoyment of the game. Destiny 2 became a work game for me, where there's different types of work games, but the best type of work game is one that you absolutely adore. You're just getting paid to play something that's amazing. And the second best type of work game is a game that, is okay, you don't mind it, but you're not really inspired to play it outside of that time. That's what Destiny became for me, which was weird because it had been a game I played religiously, but I just had a huge amount of problems with the game. Over the last week, Destiny have announced 2 upcoming changes to Destiny. They did it hand in hand with a delay for the Witch Queen expansion, which I personally am fine with because I believe it's pretty clear to see where Destiny has suffered because of the pandemic and work from home. There's so many bugs and there's so many glitches and there's so much stuff that's just straight up flat broken. You've got stuff like stasis just destroying balance in PvP and to a degree in PvE. You've got all kinds of bugs and glitches that people are taking advantage of. Trials is a shambles right now. PvP in general is shambolic, I guess. And there's a lot of bad going on in Destiny over the last couple of months to, let's say, a year or so, for me personally. What Bungie announced over the last couple of days that has me super excited for the future of the game is that sunsetting is no more. That is dying, and it should die. It was a bad idea when they had it, and I'm still surprised they went through with it in the first place. I'm not sure how they expected it to do what they wanted, but what they wanted to do was to drive some extra variety in the weapons that players were actually using. And to do this, they decided they would sunset older weapons, read powerful weapons that people had gotten god rolls for or invested a huge amount of resources in, masterworking, and all of a sudden they would just die. You'd reach the cap for that season and it would move on to the next season, and a certain amount of weapons would be left behind. It was a really bad experience for just about everybody. I haven't spoken to anybody, I haven't seen a single think piece or video or tweet defending sunsetting as being even close to a good idea. But Bungie decided to go with it because they missed the point that it wasn't really going to help a huge amount, because what would simply happen is the next best weapons in the next bracket of plausible upgradable weapons would simply become the new meta. And you can see that is exactly what happened. PvP is largely dominated by 120 hand cannons and Fellwinters, and that's not going to change. It's just not going to change. Because while people will defend the Fellwinters and say it's not that good, they also won't use anything else. That's the key issue that I'm having. You've got stuff like what I'm using right now, which is the 7th Seraph SMG mine rolled with Dragonfly. So what I did was I put a Dragonfly mod on it that makes the explosion bigger and more powerful. So I've got Dragonfly explosions that are buffed, and I've got the Warmind cells, and I'm using Global Reach, and the setup is just ridiculous. This, if everybody could get it, would be the PvE meta. It's just that simple. The problem has never been what was available. The problem was always balance. And Bungie has long struggled with balance. Really, for as long as I've played Destiny or Destiny 2, there's been clearly better weapons or worse weapons. Destiny 1, everybody rocked Fatebringer, and they did it because it was the best PvE weapon. It was a hand cannon, it had beautiful ag clear, it was amazing. Everybody rocked that crap who actually managed to get it to drop out of Vault of Glass. So that's the number one thing I'm happy about, is gone. They're going to come up with, hopefully, a better way to do this. And that's great, but they need to understand that that better way is weapon balance. Destiny 2 needs weapon balance the same way as it needs class balance right now, which it just doesn't have. But that's another story. The second thing that I really liked that they announced is they're kind of doing away with this slowly kind of growing power cap, where each season there's like some 50 to 70 power jump that people need to make, and they're doing away with it. The next power jump is just going to be 10. Why do I like that so much? Because it means you're not just grinding to get to the content that you need to grind. I like grinding, but I hate grinding to access content. I especially hate grinding to access content that I've actually paid for, that has exotics and stuff locked away behind it that I've actually paid for. This is just abusing me for my money. It's not like giving me content, it's just wasting my time. So that's going away. There'll only be a 10 power jump, which is great. Just let us go straight into the content, earning meaningful loot that's actually going to matter, and life will be good. So there's two big changes that have just gotten me back into Destiny. All of a sudden, I've gone from just focusing on my Warlock, which I was getting a bit tired of anyway, because Bungie has like a hate-hate relationship with Warlock players, and I'm working on my Titan. And once I get my Titan up to scratch, I'll work on my Hunter, because I feel like it's going to be worth it, and it will be something I'm able to do to actually keep 3 characters up in the game with a reasonable amount of time investment. Because if I'm going to get all these guys masterwork weapons and armors across 3 different classes and multiple different builds for lots of different activities, and then they're all just going to go away in the future, I'm not going to do that. I'm a sucker for grind, but I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to insult myself the way Bungie were asking me to over the last number of months. It's just not going to happen. But now it's back. I'm feeling really good about Destiny again, and that's nice, because I like to feel good about games. I don't like to feel bad about games. Games are supposed to be fun. Whether it's my job or not doesn't matter. If I wanted a job that wasn't fun, I would do that. I do this job because it's fun. So if I can enjoy myself while I'm doing it, then so much the better. But yeah, that's why I think that Bungie have basically saved Destiny. I know that's a big, bold statement, and I put it on the thumbnail because I want to get views and blah-de-blah-de-blah. But that's actually just how I feel. I feel like there's moments and decisions that dev teams will make that let you know how they're looking at the future of any title that they're working on. And this was an important one for Bungie to make and to show and to be like, yes, we do actually understand the root of the problem is twofold as to, you know, how we have boned our own game right now. One, we're taking everything you ever worked for, Conor McGregor versus Nick Diaz style, and two, we're just making it a pointless grind to get it all back again. So we're going to chuck you straight into the content, and you're going to have fun with it, and the stuff you get is going to matter from the off. That's just great. Another reason why I'm very happy is Battlegrounds, I have to say. I've been enjoying the crap out of this content, and a lot of people have said it. I'm not saying anything new or original here, but I'm going to say it again because it's worth repeating. The reason it's so fun is enemy density. There's so many bad guys in here to kill. It's just non-stop shooting stuff. It's wonderfully fun, and I'm really digging on it. I'm kind of hoping that this philosophy of design extends to Vault of Glass when that thing comes back next season, because if there's like this many enemies per square inch in Vault of Glass, I'm going to be so freaking happy because I just love shooting stuff. So yeah, there you go. That's how Bungie has saved Destiny for me personally. In the comments, if you're in the mood to chat, let me know how you're feeling about Destiny, how you've been with it for the last couple of months, how you're interpreting these changes. Are you even happy that Witch Queen was delayed? Because I am, because it means that they're actually taking it seriously and they know they cannot put out a next expansion with as many holes and as many bugs and as many glitches and as many everything as Bungie has in it at the moment. Or Destiny 2 has it at the moment. I don't know, maybe Bungie have glitches, I'm not too sure. But yeah, there you go, guys. It's good to be back on this channel, just rabbiting away again and having some fun with it. So I hope you're all keeping well. I hope lockdowns and COVID aren't treating you too horribly. And thank you so much for watching, guys, and all the best.